Hello! So the March of the Mammoth read along is about to begin, so I thought that I would tell you the books that I plan on reading in the month of March for the read along. Now, I love big books. To me, the bigger the book, the better. I love them. I get so excited when I'm about to start a big novel because I know that I get to spend so much time with the characters, and that's the main reason why I love big books, and they just make me really happy. And so I love the March of the Mammoths read along because you're just seeing everyone pick up a big novel, and I really love that. So I have two options. Well, they're not options. I'm reading these. I've decided this is what I'm reading, okay? These are not options. These are what I'm reading. Now, the reason I have two options, I originally just had one. But the reason that I added another book that I'm going to be starting this month, well, the coming month, is because I don't think that the book that I wanted to choose for this read along technically fits in the guidelines for it, because I think the guidelines for the read along is that the book has to be 800 plus pages, and I don't think this book is not. This book is almost 700 pages, so I don't think that it technically counts. Now, of course, I could just read it anyway and count it for myself, but I wanna do the guidelines correctly, you know. So I did add another book that I'll also be starting this month that is over like 1,000 pages. So I will still technically do the read along as I'm supposed to, but the book that I originally planned to read for this and that I'm going to be reading for it is The Idiot by Fyodor Dostoevsky. Again, this one is it's like almost 700 pages, although that might include, well, it's almost 700 pages with the with the notes, so I guess technically it's like 650 pages. Now, the reason I picked The Idiot to read for this read along is because it's kind of a book that I have been really, really wanting to read for months, but it's kind of my last big Dostoevsky novel that I have left to read, and Dostoevsky is my favorite author of all time. I love him so much, and it's just kind of, I kind of like that idea of, oh, I still have like another Dostoevsky novel to read, but if I read this, I don't have that anymore. And so I've been really, really wanting to read it, but also not wanting to read it at the same time. Although I guess technically, I think The Adolescent by Fyodor Dostoevsky is like 600 pages, and I haven't read that one. So I guess technically I still have The Adolescent left to read, but in terms of his main big books, this is my last one. It hurts, but I just really, really want to read it. I've been putting it off for so long because I want it to, I want to read it, but I don't want to read it, but I decided that I'm reading it for this month, okay? So I've read his other ones. I know the Brothers Karamazov is one that people read a lot for March of the Mammoths. I know that people list it a lot as an option. See, you know, this is what I'm saying, that maybe it's just my edition that's less than, actually, you know, I'm trying to pretend that this really is, maybe in some edition somewhere this is over 800 pages, but no. But see, my Brother's Karamazov edition is 670 pages. But a lot of people pick this, and I think it's just my edition, because if you look at the font, is quite small and quite put together. Whereas in this one, it's not. So, yeah. So whatever. I mean, you know, maybe this one isn't mammoth size in length, but it's mammoth sized in depth, okay? It counts. I never see anyone pick demons But I guess The Brothers Karamazov is way more popular than Demons. Although this is just honestly one of my favorite Dostoevsky books. I love Demons so much. I think it's such a good book. But, like, I'm not gonna... It hurts me because I always look at it. And I guess, I mean, these aren't Mammoths, but they are his others, like Crime and Punishment is a big one. Not big in size, but big in... People love it. I guess Humiliated and Assaulted is also another longer work of his. And so I look at these and I'm like, oh, well, I still have The Idiot left to read, so like, it's okay. I still have more Dostoevsky to read because he's my favorite, but I've decided that I'm reading this month in March. It's just happening. I can't keep putting it off. And I can just reread. Like, any of these books, I would love to reread. Well, not this one, 'cause I haven't read it, but any of these four, I would love to reread. Specifically these two. So, and I do read, like, I always find myself picking up these and just flipping to... My hair is just everywhere. It's so disgusting. I'll just flip to a random chapter and just read it because it just makes me happy because he's the best. And I still have shorter stuff by him that I haven't read yet. I haven't read House of the Dead, or The House of the Dead by him. I haven't read this one yet, so I still have this one. And I don't know how you say this. I've been really, really wanting to read this, but it doesn't qualify as a March of the Mammoth, so I don't know how you say it though. Natochka Nezvinovna? I don't know. There's the title. I don't know how you say it. But this is all that is left of a work that he was going to make a big book, like these. But he started writing before he was sent to Siberia. And so, obviously, he didn't finish it. So this is all that's left of it. But I really want to read this. I still have stuff by him left. The Eternal Husband, I haven't read. The Gambler, I haven't read. So I still have stuff by him left. But in terms of his big works, The Idiot is kind of my last one. And it breaks my heart. But I just have to read it this month. I just have to. I have no choice. So the other book, since technically that The Idiot is not 800 plus pages, and I don't want to not have a book that really truly fits the guidelines that are put out for this read along, I decided to just read Lonesome Dove. I have a problem saying Dove. Lonesome Dove. It's not a Lonesome Dove. It's a Lonesome Dove. But I'm just going to read that one on the Kindle app on my phone. I think it's a good book to read alongside The Idiot because for me, whenever I read Dostoevsky, it takes me quite a while to read them because I have a pencil in my hand the whole time and I'm writing things. I have a notebook where I write a bunch of stuff down. I'm making character lists as I'm reading and writing very detailed descriptions about the characters and their personalities and characteristics. And so even though Lonesome Dove is over 1,000 pages, I feel that The Idiot will still probably take me longer to read just because of how much I interact with the text when I read Dostoevsky. Whereas Lonesome Dove, which is why I picked it as my second book that I'll be starting in March, it's a book that I can just read. I don't have to take a bunch of notes about it. I don't feel the need to go into detailed annotations or anything like that. And I'll just read it on my phone. So I feel like it'll be a nice book to just, when I don't want to have to think too much, I can just relax and read Lonesome Dove. I've already started reading it and I like it so far. I do really like Western based books, Western settings, so I am really excited to continue with that one as well. So I think to end this video, I just want to take a look at the big books that I have read previously. I don't have too many books here. I don't like to own a lot of books, so I get rid of a lot of books. But I have Little Dorrit by Charles Dickens, which is a pretty big one. I think it's bigger than any of the ones I'm reading this month. I don't know. I don't know exactly how long Lonesome Dove is. You know, actually this says it's 800 something pages, so I guess Lonesome Dove is longer. I don't know, but it is a bit tall. I thought this book was okay. There's nothing worse when you read a really long book and then it's just okay, but whatever. I thought this one was okay. I have Dombey and Son, which I don't know if Dombey and Son is considered a mammoth. I don't know. Maybe in some editions. Oh my gosh. Mine is 975 pages, so I guess we can say Dombey and Son is a mammoth. Of course, there's a huge size difference. So I don't know. Is Little Dorrit considered longer than Dombey and Son? I think it is. Like if these were the same editions, I think Little Dorrit would be a little bit longer. I'm not sure. I've read here The Count of Monte Cristo by Alexander Dumas. I've been thinking about also picking up The Three Musketeers, because for me, Alexander Dumas, I like reading whilst I'm reading other things, because his books are very plot driven, and so I don't have to spend a lot of time interacting with the text. It's kind of just when I'm really tired and I want to read but I don't want to read, I can just read Alexander Dumas or listen to an audiobook of Alexander Dumas, and it's really nice. So I like him for that purpose. And I did really like The Count of Monte Cristo. All right, so I took a look for my phone, and then as I was looking, I realized I'm filming with my phone, so that's obviously why I can't find it. I'm filming with it. So I just took some pictures and sent it to my computer because I don't know my Goodreads login, and I don't want to have to find it. So according to Goodreads, the longest book that I have ever read is The Count of Monte Cristo, which, yeah, it's pretty big, so that makes sense. Then it says my calculus textbook, which I did read every chapter in that, so it counts, okay? And then The Little Dorrit is the next one, and then it does say Dombey and Son is the next one. The Brothers Karamazov. The Lies of Locke Lamora, it says. I am skipping some that I just don't want to tell you. No Name by Wilkie Collins. No way, that's not, no, what is it? It says it's 748 pages. That is a lie. That is a straight up lie. No Name by Wilkie Collins ain't no 748 pages. I think that's like 500 pages or something. I don't know what they're saying, that No Name by Wilkie Collins is that big. In fact, they're saying that it's bigger than my African American history textbook that I read a couple years ago, which is just not true. Like, No Name by Wilkie Collins is not that huge. Oh my goodness. Then it says Leviathan by Thomas Hobbes, Demons by Dostoevsky, Metamorphosis by Ovid, or Ovid, I guess people say, The Histories by Herodotus, Purgatory by Dante, the Iliad. Yeah, I think we're kind of getting below Mammoth at this point. I guess I haven't read that many Mammoths. This is kind of embarrassing. I said I love big books, and here I am. I haven't read that many Mammoths. Like, I guess 800-page books technically. Although I'm sure for some of those, I could just find an edition that makes it more than 800 pages. I could just qualify it that way. But yeah, I guess that is it for... Is Pickwick Papers a mammoth? I don't know. I mean, it's over 700 pages. Is that just the notes? There's not that notes. There's no notes. Okay, it's over 700 pages without the notes. I haven't read Pickwick Papers, though. It's the Charles Dickens book that I want to read. I'm not the hugest fan of Charles Dickens. Like, I thought, I mean, the only books I've read by him are Little Dora and Dombey and Son, although they're apparently Mammoths, so it's a lot of Charles Dickens to read. And I didn't love them. I thought they were okay. But Pickwick Papers sounds like one I'd more so enjoy. But I'm not reading that this month. I'm gonna read it at some other time. I don't plan on reading that this month. I like this edition though. But I don't plan on reading Pickwick Papers this month. I'm sticking to The Idiot and Lonesome Dove. Those are my 2 books that I am for sure starting this month. For sure. And I'll make it at least halfway through The Idiot. If not, I could finish this. I think my first read-throughs of these took me about a month each. Because the thing is yes, I read these books a lot slower, but Dostoevsky just makes me really excited. I get really happy when I'm reading his books, and I just get really pumped that I just can't stop reading. So I do read his books way slower, but I'll read them for really long amounts of time in a day because he's just so good. I just start reading and I can't stop reading. I'm really, really excited to read The Idiot. And I'm for sure, this is set in stone. I'm going to finally get over my fear of not having my last big Dostoevsky book to read. I'm going to read this. And then Lonesome Dove. Oh my gosh, I did it again. See, Lonesome Dove, I'm going to be reading on my Kindle, which I've already started reading it. And I'll just keep reading that throughout the month. And yeah, that's it. Those are the 2 books that I am I'm going to read this month. I hope you enjoyed this video and have a good March of the Mammoths. Reading Mammoths. The best books are Mammoths, apparently. Okay, bye-bye.